Unlocking Efficiency and Collaboration, Monday.com Moments with XTIVIA. My name is Alex Killian. I'm the video producer here. And just to kick things off and tell you a little bit about XTIVIA, for more than 3 decades now, we've been providing a variety of expert IT services to hundreds of businesses in countless industries. If you can imagine the business outcome, XTIVIA can create it with technology. And with that, I'll go ahead and kick it over to Amy.
Yeah, so hello. My name is Amy Morrow at XTIVIA here. I am the Monday product offering team lead. So, what that really means is if you have any interest in our services, our professional services at Monday, I will probably be the one to talk to you, at least to get things started before I hand you off to one of our technical leads. And so that brings me to you, Joe. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Joe Killian. I'm the Monday technical lead, or one of them, here at XTIVIA. And for our professional services, I do a lot of implementation and working with clients and just generally building out the Monday software platform for different use cases. So I'm really excited to be talking to y'all.
Yeah. And so today we're going to just be covering, kind of 3 different segments that we thought would be interesting to bring to Monday users. A lot of times when we're talking with our clients, this is some of the first conversations we have with them anyways, because we are here to help in all Monday questioning. So one of the big ones that comes up right away when you're trying to figure out how to utilize Monday is picking the right product. So we thought we would go through and kind of just show you what Monday's current product offerings are. I say current because Monday is such a fast-paced, fast-growing company that they're always coming up with new things. So, this is just a snapshot in time of where we are, because I guarantee by this time next year, they'll be full-blown working on other stuff. They're all over it. So for, Monday services, their main service pack or their main product package that they provide is work management. So that is Monday's original core system, work management. A lot of people, when they hear about Monday, they think right away, oh yeah, that's the task management, project management software. And so that is how Monday started. And that's why their core project is based around their initial implementation. So in work management, you can do things like project management, portfolio management, task management, business operations, resource management, goals, and strategy. So as I had mentioned, Monday's constantly looking to do new things. It just released this really amazing feature in portfolio management, where you're able to integrate all your projects and get that high level view of your portfolios. So I will say, some of the use cases for a work management product is marketing campaigns. I know that's kind of how we started using it here at XTIVIA in our marketing department. So, what you're able to do is you're able to plan, track, execute all of those campaigns, assigning the tasks out as needed, setting up deadlines. It's very, very helpful in basically any of those types of processes. So another use case would be something like event planning. I know I personally have used it in event planning, and it's very, very helpful in coordinating all of the aspects of the event. You can make different boards to collect different data points that you need for each of these use cases. So yeah, that's really where Monday's work management platform thrives. You can integrate so many different levels of tasks and reporting features on them. It's very helpful for everyone from the end user all the way to the C-level team, because C-level team might care more about that portfolio and looking at it from that higher aspect, where the end users are really more down in the nitty-gritty, dealing with that task management. So it's from top to bottom visibility on processes. Another big product that Monday is offering is their CRM. So Monday's CRM is using very similar to the Monday work management in how it looks initially and how it feels. So anyone who's comfortable with using the regular work management is not going to be that uncomfortable moving over to CRM. The big thing in CRM is you are going to be getting sales pipelines, lead capturing, contact management, lead management, customer projects, and customer onboarding. So, one of the bigger features that is in the CRM Enterprise Edition is they have emails and activities. It's been incredibly helpful, in when we're doing these deployments, when you're able to capture email and constant communication back and forth with a specific client, or you can do that at the lead, you can do that at the contact. It happens throughout all over the Monday's CRM instance. And another big feature within that is they have a way to do mass email campaigns. So that is a feature that you will see in Monday CRM that you will not see in the other Monday products. So some of the use cases, like I said, sales pipeline management, you're able to really track from that initial lead all the way through that lead maturing into an opportunity and maturing into an actual closed sale for your team. You're able to get a lot of dashboards on that information where, we're able to collect and see everything that you're working through from that very front end to the closeout with the customer. And every team member in every department is able to see all that same data. So it really helps to streamline the process in making that data available to all the team members that require to see it. So yeah, another really good use case in the Monday CRM is the customer support features. So that is when we're able to directly work with the customer and, like I said, documenting that communication for the rest of your team to be able to see what the customer feels are open, what are some items that the customer is looking to, get an answer on. You're able to identify those really quickly and be able to directly send information to your customer on them. So those are two of the features that are two of the products that we have. Joe, do you want to talk about Monday Dev?
Absolutely. So similar to what Amy was talking about with the CRM, Monday Dev is another excellent tool that combines many of the features of Monday's platform and work management, but also with some very special tools for developers and people who are really looking to manage sprints and manage teams and break down that data in a way that you're constantly learning and growing. I know that Agile is really popular, not only with developers, but with many project managers these days, just because it gives you such a control and such a ongoing learning and improvement process with your management. So Dev is really amazing because specifically it makes Agile work management very succinct, and it has some amazing tools. For example, we have our Agile project management tools so that we can manage sprints, track projects, and collaborate on code reviews, ensuring smooth and efficient Agile project management right from the software here. It has some amazing features where you can start a sprint right from within Monday. You can track the process of that sprint, including story points, task management, resource management, as in employee management. And then at the end of your sprint, they create some amazing burn down charts so you can track exactly how everything went. There are retrospectives built into the software so you can collaborate with your team, asking, how did this go? How did this feel? How can we improve next time? One of my favorite features of Dev is you can start a sprint from within your sprint management board. So all you have to do is click a button. It starts a sprint in your sprints board, and your process is already on the way. Another really cool feature is the bug tracking. Monday.com really excellently streamlines the bug tracking by creating a centralized system where developers can log, prioritize, and resolve issues quickly and efficiently. In addition, I know Agile doesn't click with everyone, so this is amazing too in that it offers many different forms of project management. You can use Kanban, you can use waterfall management, or you can use a combination of all of them. So if you're a developer or just a project manager who really likes managing Agile and having a large amount of collaboration and control over your project management, Monday Dev is an excellent tool.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Joe, what about Monday service, the
Yeah.
newest kid on the block?
Yeah, absolutely. So Monday service is also another excellent tool. This one is centered more towards IT services, ticket management, and that sort of thing. In IT service management, you can manage IT service requests, you can track incidents, and you can oversee service directly to ensure timely resolution and maintain high service standards. It's basically like having an amazing ticketing system that also works to take some stuff off your plate, right? We can automate certain processes, we can automate responses, we can keep a log of the problems that we have solved and how we've solved them. So for next time, if you get a request, an IT request, and you've already solved it, you've got it right there to look at. Another great feature is the facility maintenance. You can schedule and track maintenance tasks for facilities, ensuring timely upkeep and minimizing downtime. So for anyone who is running an IT department or a ticketing for any kind of solution, this is an amazing tool.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So those are the products. If you have any questions on which one is the right product for your department or your team, it's definitely something that we can help you figure out here at XTIVIA. And another thing that we can help you figure out here at XTIVIA is our GSA services. So the GSA is it's called the General Service Administration Management Federal Property and provides contracting operations for government agencies. So here at XTIVIA, we are the only company where you can currently buy Monday licensing and professional services procured via the GSA. I know that this doesn't hit for everyone, but I do know that our government agencies that we do a lot of business with have been incredibly excited to find out that not only do we sell the Monday licensing via the GSA, which makes it incredibly easy for it to get through your procurement process, but we also do sell professional services. I want to put an emphasis on that because I think a lot of times when people are going to do any new software deployments into their system and possibly replacing existing systems, it gets a little bit scary, especially if you don't have someone there to, help guide you and make sure you're using the software to the best of its capabilities. So that's really what we're doing here at XTIVIA is we're able to not only get your licenses and the right product sold for you via the GSA, but that we can easily get our services on that exact same paperwork so that, again, making the procurement side of it as easy as possible. So yeah, you'll hear we have been able to do this for a lot of federal, state, city agencies, especially educational institutions and libraries. I mean, you can see it, you kind of see it everywhere. So anywhere that you're getting government funding, we can help you process that through the GSA here at XTIVIA. So just give us a call and we will make sure we get you in touch with the right people to make it as painless as possible. All right. And then this is my favorite one. So this is where Joe and I really get to have the most fun with our clients and with our build outs, really. So we thought that we'd do some really, eye-opening quick tips and best practices that I think a lot of our clients maybe didn't even realize until we were able to sit down and kind of show them some of this. So you guys are getting a little sneak peek into what we do day to day. So from our best practice and tips, we're going to highlight data cleanup, templates, and reporting. So yeah, as far as data cleanup is concerned, it's understanding the importance of, organizing your data. I think a lot of times when you're coming into a new software, people aren't really sure how to get it set up so that you can get the right capabilities from your data. So Joe, would you like to take the screen and maybe show everyone what you can give us in data cleanup tips?
Absolutely. So yeah, like Amy said, dealing with data is a big part of our day-to-day with Monday. It's a big part of kicking off a new workflow in Monday, and it can also be an ongoing thing that companies are doing within Monday.com. Obviously, it's nice when you have a software organization wide, but there can also be times when you have a department who has a bunch of information in a spreadsheet and you need to get that in Monday and manage that data quickly. So I'm going to walk through some of my favorite tips and tricks, as well as a bit of instruction on how you can use some of these features in Monday to do that. One of the first things I wanted to show you is just a personal favorite thing of mine, which is you're able to change the theme of our platform here. I really like to use the dark mode just because it's easier on my eyes. But I wanted to show you where you can do that, which is right up here with your face. And there's a change theme option here. So I'm going to go with dark mode because that's my favorite. So here we're in a Monday board. Boards are where you store all your information and do most of your work. This is a test board I've set up to show you these examples. So in this board, we're tracking projects. We have people assigned to the project potentially. We have a status, we have a date, and we have numbers, which I would imagine would be budget numbers or time numbers in this use case. We also have a spreadsheet. This spreadsheet is from a different department, but they want to import all of their data into Monday. So the first thing that is very important with importing an Excel sheet is to make sure that the format is appropriate. Monday.com will import and read your data from Excel, and it's very quick and easy to do as long as you're in the right format. So for this one, I made sure that the format matched the format of my board. At the top here, we have the name of our different columns, and then we have the items going down. So now that I've done that, I can import this sheet into my board by clicking here, and I click import items. It gives you an option to either drag or browse your files for that Excel file. So I have got mine right here. So my file has been uploaded. The next thing it's going to prompt you to do is to map your data. You start by choosing which column is the item name column. Luckily, we had already made this succinct, so I know what to do. It's my project name column. And then you map your other columns. So when you're mapping from Excel, you can only map several column types. Some of the most useful are status, numbers, date, and text columns. Those map seamlessly into Monday.com and are very easy to use. So luckily, in our spreadsheet now, we have those columns. This is a status column, so I'm going to choose status. This date is a date column, so I'll choose date. The budget cap is a numbers column, so I'll choose numbers, and then I'm going to hit next. Now, this option lets you streamline and rectify duplicate data while you're importing into Monday.com, but I'm going to skip that step for now because I'm going to show you how to do that in a different way in case that didn't quite go right. So we are inputting our data. Depending on the size of your sheet, it could take a little bit of time, but as you can see here, the name of the group is data import test, which was the name of my Excel spreadsheet. All of this data has mapped seamlessly here, as you can see, and we've got it all in our board. So that's the first thing I wanted to show you, just importing from Excel. After that, we have to go about the hard work of making our data fit our process and cleaning it up just in case we have duplicates or it's really messy data. So as you can see here, I do have duplicates. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rectify that by using an amazing feature here in Monday.com. So you go to more actions here and manage duplicates. So within the manage duplicates, you can select which column you're looking for duplicates in. So say I had a bunch of items of the same name. And those aren't duplicates, but maybe if the date is the same or the numbers column is the same, we can select which column we're searching for the duplicate within. I'm looking for duplicates within the name column. So as you can see here, all you have to do is search and it shows you right within here the duplicates that you have. You're checking the boxes of items that you want to keep. So I can see, oh, I've got 2 copies of red. I'm going to keep the top one, and I can do that throughout my entire board. I've done this before while importing large amounts of data, and it's super duper helpful because you don't have to scour the board and look for it. It contains all the information right within here that you can see, so you know exactly what you're doing. And I'm going to merge these items now. So as you can see, my data import, those were all duplicates, and they've now been merged with this previous import that I had already made. So that way we know we don't have duplicates in our board anymore. Our data is clean, and we can move on to starting our process. I have a couple little tips and tricks for that as well that I'm going to show you real quick. One thing that I have found extremely useful, Monday.com has wonderful notification techniques, and oftentimes when you're assigning a person to a task, unless you've turned this off within your system, they will get a notification. So within this use case, obviously we're importing mass amounts of data. We want to be able to assign these people to a task without having to click on every single item individually, but we also want to do this without blowing up their inbox. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So Monday.com has another amazing feature where you can pause notifications temporarily down at the bottom here, mute all notifications from this board for all board members. So I'm going to turn that on because we're going to be assigning a mass amount of people in the people column, and we don't want all of our team members getting a million notifications and thinking that the world's on fire when we're just doing some administrative work. So we're going to save that. Now, when we assign people within here, they're not going to get notified and they don't have to worry about it. So now my challenge is I have all of these items, more, in different use cases, and I want to assign them to a team member. Now, the best way to do that is batch actions within Monday. So you see here, there are little check boxes. You can select multiple items and edit them and adjust them at the same time, or you can select a whole group by clicking this top box. So I want to assign this whole group to myself. So I am now assigned. When you're done, you can either uncheck the box, or there's this handy thing here that's showing that you've selected items. You can just hit the X right there and you're good to go. Say I'm also collaborating with Amy on this project, but she's not on every single one. I want her help on these 2 items that I'm stuck on. I can select those 2. I can add Amy. And now she is also with me here on this project. So that is everything I've got as far as tips and tricks goes. I hope this was helpful for you. And yeah, I'm gonna give the screen over to Amy now.
Yeah, I when I first realized that the batch action was there, I think I celebrated. I was dancing a bit. And one of the things that I did like that you showed is being able to check off and doing everything, like assigning. You can do the same thing. You can change the status that same way. You can change the dates. It's very, very helpful.
Oh, and I did want to mention, if you want to turn those notifications back on when you're done with your work, you just go to the same place and unclick that mute notifications button, and everything will be notifying as it was before.
Yeah, good point. So, the next thing we were talking about is we want to show you how Monday utilizes templates. For example, I'll start with the templates that Monday has given you out of the gate. So if you're going to make anything new in Monday, make a new board or dashboard, whatever your scenario is, you could start by hitting this plus. From there, you're going to see choose templates. this brings you to the template center within Monday. You can look up terms like, I don't know, project. I'm just starting the Word project, and here's all of these templates that kind of fit into that verbiage that makes sense. And you can read a little bit more about the templates before you bring them in, and you can understand, you know, what their integrations are, what they're used for. But also you can just bring it in and start to utilize them. And if you don't like them, you can change them. That's the cool thing about Monday is, you know, even with the templates that you're bringing in, you can still do the customizations that you need to make those work for your team and for your business process you're trying to implement. And I will also say, as far as the Monday's products are concerned, you know, we talked about Monday Dev. Monday Dev also has pre-built templates. So you can see here's the product backlog template, and you're able to use it within your Monday Dev account. So same thing comes with the CRM product. You can see in CRM, there's some out of the box templates that you're able to use, like customer onboarding is a very handy one. You know, where you're able to really quickly pull in information like a real estate CRM. I mean, this one is built specifically with that real estate intent in the background. So you'll see that in the template, and you'll be able to utilize the templates there. But there's one step further that Monday does, and that is called create your own template. So yes, there's templates that Monday provides you, which, you know, you guys are probably would expect to see, but there's also a way for you to make your own document, a template, and to utilize that template when you want to make a new board. So for this scenario, I'll go ahead and make a new board based off of my meetings and communications. So let me just show you one more time how I got there. I went to hit this plus to add a new board, and I could just make a new board from scratch. That would be from Monday's like simplest template, but I'm going to do it from one of our pre-built templates. So I'm going to make a new meetings and communication board. All I have to do is hit new template. It lets me pick what I want my template's name to be. I'm just going to put the word test at the end of it. And it even lets me pick the privacy level. I'm just going to keep it main for now. And what is happening as you click that, and you can see that Monday just starts thinking, it's pulling all of the data that's from my original template and bringing it into this new board called test. I can show you the original template because I just put it in a folder right here called meetings and communications. You can always tell that one of your boards is a template by this header over here. It says the board is a standard template. Changes made here will apply to all future boards created using this template. So it's really just a setting that you're doing within your board where you're saying, I want to make this template, or you can remove it. And now that banner is gone. And if I went to go in to make a new meetings board, I would see, oh, well, it's still there because it hasn't refreshed, but I would see that the meetings template is not going to be there for my implementation or my new board as something to choose from. And so that's just a really simple way for you to continuously, you know, make standardized procedures or maybe standardized templates for projects in your workspace. Another very handy thing with templates that I also love, and I'll go back to that new test board that I made. You can make a template based off of your columns. So one example of a column template could be, you know, maybe like this is a very customized board where we picked specific statuses. There's a weekly status, update on issues. So you can see we chose these to match the needs for our team. Well, maybe we want our team to be able to use this what column in other scenarios. So for using it for other boards, what you're able to do in that scenario or in that situation is make a column a template, and you can utilize it from the exact same setup from the column or from the template center. So I'll just show you if I were to add a new column here. I'm going to go to more columns. Account column templates is where you would start to see any of those different columns that you've brought in. I like to use this location one, and you'll see why in a second here. So I brought in this location template that is a column I used on a different board, but it's a very large customized column that I didn't want to have to retype out. And I wanted to be consistent with my coloring scheme for reporting issues, which we'll hit on in a second here. But it just helps to make, so you're not having to repopulate any of that data. That is incredibly helpful for when you are doing that initial setup, or making any automations there where you want to possibly have a new board created using one of your templates. There, it's very helpful for that as well. So that's it for templates. We kind of alluded to the next topic that we'll be talking about, which is reporting. That's like what Monday is. It's very, very well known for. Reporting kind of takes a bit of that data cleanup combined with the template use, because obviously anything you're reporting on, you want to have good data coming into your system. So one, it's got to be clean. And number two, it's very helpful to use a standardized template for your projects. That way your reporting is knowing it's looking at the same type of a layout in each of those scenarios. So Joe, I don't know, would you like to talk about the dashboards a little bit?
Yeah, I'd be happy to. So the most amazing thing about these dashboards is you're able to pull data from your entire workflow, multiple boards, and visualize it in a way that is convenient, gives you insight into your process and what's going on, is really great for reporting and visibility to the work that you've been doing and that your team has been doing. I've heard amazing things from clients about how for the first time ever, the C-level is really seeing how hard they're working. For the first time ever, people in their organization understand better the work that they're doing. So like this feature is incredible. And I do think it's really where Monday.com often shines. So the way a dashboard works is you connect your boards from across your account. Right in here, Amy's showing you where you can click and connect and bring different boards into your dashboard. And then we proceed to use tools that we call widgets to synthesize and show your data. Now, dashboards have a plethora of amazing widgets for you to use. Some of my favorites include the chart widget. The Gantt chart is amazing. The workload view, I particularly am obsessed with it. It shows you your employees' workload as well as how many tasks they're currently taking on. And you can adjust tasks or communicate with workers directly from that workload view. I don't know if we have any assigned to anyone, but usually you'll see a bubble. There will be like a dark blue bubble and then a light blue bubble on the outside, the dark blue representing how much work is currently on an employee's plate and the light blue circle representing their capacity. So as you can see right there, like an amazing tool for managing employee resources. Another one of my favorite is the chart widget. So as you can see here, we've got a couple of different, actually several different chart widgets. This one right here is a pie chart. As you can see on the right side here, you can choose different formats of these charts to visualize your data. There's a lot of options, all useful in different ways. And there's a lot of customizability. I don't know if that's a word. You can customize this really well. So basically you select the data from your boards, whether that's one board or multiple boards, and then you choose how to synthesize it. Another really cool feature is that when you click into these graphs, you can click on the items and it shows you below the actual items from your boards that you're working with. So if you are doing a stand-up meeting with your team and you notice something's off, you can click into it and you can look at it, and then you and your team can collaborate on changing that in real time. I have had several clients who tell me that they've changed from doing their stand-ups in PowerPoint to literally just presenting their dashboard during stand-up and clicking through the different items. And not only is that less work for you because this updates in real time, but it's also an amazing tool because you can collaborate and work on stuff as opposed to just having a picture on a screen of what your data looks like, right? If your boss is like, oh my gosh, like, why is that green group home one so, tall? What are we doing? And you can click in there and say, well, these are the active projects. This is what's going on. We can close this one out if you don't want that happening, So it's very collaborative and it's very amazing as far as the collaboration, showing your work, and the CYA factor of work that I know we all have to deal with in our lives.
Mhm. Yeah, and very good point on moving away from a PowerPoint presentation to just showing your dashboard. I know we've done that internally. That's what our project management team does. So they have a 4-box built up that they cover their projects with. So that's very handy. And I love that you can also make these shareable. That is another handy thing so that, you can share this with a client if you want to. You can share it with your vendor group, maybe to show them where they're at or what their grades are. Yeah, that's very handy. Thanks, Joe. I would say one other way that we do want to kind of highlight too, and in it's not a dashboard, but a very similar manner is in the boards that we're showing you, where we're collecting all of this data, there are other tabs available for you. And a lot of times, you can have them pre-set up and it's specific to just this one board. It's not where you can combine multiple boards, data, not like a dashboard. But in here, you're able to, so for this example, let's say someone is being banned from something. So we've got, a list here of showing just a different way to show data. Again, we're using that chart widget that Joe was talking about. And then this is the card widget. So you can see it more like an individual, kind of broken out into kind of segments instead of in that table format. Other ways we can look at data here is, again, what Joe was talking about with our team workload. This is another way to view it. Say, okay, Amy's only got 1 task. Oh, but sorry, Joe, you've got 3. And you can see the report, I'm in progress, where Joe's 3 are all complete. So good job, Joe. But another way to do it is you can see in the main table, this is a combination of all of the data, but we have the option to make another data table, but add some filters in here. So we have this preset where you don't want to look at some of these other items and you want it preset on a sort, and we want to hide some of the columns because maybe in that main table, there's just too much data. I've had a few of our clients say, you know what, our team wants their own view of this board. They don't necessarily need to have it in a dashboard format. They're okay with coming here, but they're able to just add another tab. And so just like everything else in Monday, when you hit that plus, you're able to, they're going to suggest some stuff to you, or you can explore more ways to view it. So in this tab here, I'm able to add new widgets if I want to this existing one. But the way that this one works is you can't add a new widget because this one was set up as a table. So it's just all different ways for you to consume all of the exact same data that your team is all looking at, live, real information, but just being able to consume it differently. I know one of the more popular things that a lot of business processes are doing is doing views through a Kanban. So we're able to see, and change the status of something maybe directly in a Kanban. And again, this is now able to happen live for you in one of your update meetings with your team. Everyone can have this open and go, oh, I think this is a good one for us to change. Let's just say this one is back to in progress because we need more information on it. So you're able to do that just from that view. You can do that kind of thing from all of these views. So it's very helpful in Monday's reporting features. a lot of our clients come back to us and, well, this might be a silly question, or, we have this thing that we've been doing and it kind of is a pain for us. So one thing that Joe and I and the rest of our team does is we really try to understand your needs, your team's needs, get a full understanding of your business process, and then we can sit down with you and say, all right, here's what we recommend, here's some best practices, and now let's start opening up for additional changes to those existing processes. So we're always looking for making process improvements, especially via automations and workflows. So yep, if anyone has any questions, feel free to reach out to us directly. I know that we have all of our information obviously is on LinkedIn. Feel free to reach out to us, but you can also reach out to us on our XTIVIA website. And yeah, that's our contact information. You're able to directly message to us and email directly to Joe and I anytime that you need, and we'll make sure that we get you in the right hands to get any questions figured out, especially when you're really doing that initial Monday purchase. We're very helpful there. So don't be afraid to reach out to XTIVIA for that. Yeah, so that's about it on our end.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
both
hanging
so
out.
much.
Yeah.
I've been working Monday for years and I just learned so much. You guys are amazing. So we
Awesome.
did actually have a couple of questions come in.
Yeah, cool.
So we've got a little bit of time left here if we want to field these couple questions.
Yeah.
The first one we got in is, can I integrate Jira with Monday Dev?
Yes, you can. And I was also a Jira administrator before. I've had that hat for several years. And yes, Monday Dev does have integrations all over the place. So yes, Jira, I think we've even done one or two of them where, we've done a Jira integration, really kind of paying attention to the Jira tickets. And I think the bigger one was, the epics, making sure that they're properly aligned in Monday. It is important when you're doing any integration to really make sure that, the data points are collected and properly synced. Otherwise, you're going to be obviously pulling stuff into the wrong fields. But yep, there's definitely room for the integration.
Awesome. And we actually just got another question in that kind of relates. What else integrates with Monday? I know there's a huge list.
Wow. Yeah. So I would say everything. So and the reason I say that is because at XTIVIA, we don't only do Monday. We have a very incredible team, very in-depth team of developers. So yes, there are out of the box Monday integrations, all the standard stuff. So email, there is Gmail, Outlook. You can do the same thing with Gmail calendar and Outlook calendars. Joe, I don't know, what are some of the other big integrations? Salesforce is one. Salesforce has an integration for Monday.
Yeah, I mean, just on their main page, we've got Zoom, Outlook, Salesforce, Slack, SurveyMonkey, MailChimp, LinkedIn,
Oh yeah.
Google Suite, Trello, all kinds of stuff,
Yeah.
Typeform.
And I would say the one thing with integrations and Monday is you do have to have Monday's enterprise product. Integrations do not always work with the lower tiers in their product type. But yeah, there are some requirements, obviously. And, for example, for Outlook, you cannot be, you have to be doing it via the internet. It does not connect to, anything that's not online. So we can help guide you in any of those integrations. And then there, as I was mentioning before, integrations with anything, we have developers. So Monday has an open API. And we are able to work with other systems that have an open API where we can help and do some customized integrations, which we've done for several clients now.
Yeah, and I would say XTIVIA is a great resource for those professional services if you are using a multiple technology, like if you have a big tech stack, because we have a number of different business units that all have expertise on everything from Salesforce to Jira to you name it. So we can bring in those resources and really help you out.
Awesome. So this last question we got in with our last few minutes here, how can I learn more about enterprise licensing costs?
Well, we can get a call scheduled with you and talk through any of your, your needs to really get the understanding of what your enterprise licensing needs are. Monday also, if you want to order direct through Monday for licensing, they're very handy. You'll get on a call with them. I think you can do it through their website, where they, just try to understand your needs. I know the reason they want to get on a call is because they do have different price breaks for, like a not-for-profits or things like that. So they want to make sure that they're getting you lined up with the correct licensing. And we do the same thing here at XTIVIA. So yeah, it would require a phone call for us to get the best understanding of what your needs are.
Amazing. All right. Well, I think that brings us to the end of the webinar. Thank you so much for everyone who attended. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Amy. Really great information. And this will be available. We'll be sending out this recording. So if you want to review anything that we've talked about, you'll have that opportunity. And thanks so much. Have a great rest of your day.
All right. Thank you, everyone.